What is happening, Dolphins fans? Welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate with your host, El Capitan. Tonight on the tailgate party that never seems to stop, we have a special guest coming up on the show. This is a guy, he's popped in and out a little bit on, I know Pete had him on there for a second, but he's been around in Twitter. And he's a good guy, funny guy, has an interesting backstory. And you know us, every now and again, we break it down. We bring somebody up. We'll spotlight a fan every now and again and some of the folks in the community and really just have a good time with it. So hit the like button on the way in. Subscribe if you're new. Share the video, and we're just going to get right into this.
Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30. This is the dynamic hill. He's in for six. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. What a block.
Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off, it's these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now. It's only worth it if you work for it.
Yep, here it is, another episode of the Fins Tailgate with your host, El Capitan. Last time we did a little op-ed type of interview type of thing was with Doll, I think. I was just sitting there during the intro trying to remember because it's been a minute, right? You know, haven't really done the break-in interview type of stuff that we do every now and again around here. So, going to get the tools out, going to break it down, going to bring on a guest, interesting guest, funny stories, and find out his humble beginnings and to what he likes to do on his spare time now. So I'm going to go ahead and just shout out everybody in chat real quick. Cap for Life, Insanity, Roma, what's happening? Which I know who that is. Joe, Michael K, Richard, Crazy Dolphin, Liz, everybody hit the like button on the way in. Ronnie, Shake in there, Duke. Everybody holla, hit the like button. So we're going to get right into this. I'm going to bring Grumpy up here real quick. I'm going to ask him a couple of things. Got a couple of the fellas in the back. They want to get into some of the questions of the story as well. But, we're going to go ahead and bring him up now. So, Grump, what is up? Salute, buddy. How you doing?
What's going on, Capitan? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing really good, Grumpy. We tried to get this worked out a little bit ago, but schedules. You have an early morning schedule for your job, which we'll get into later because it's a big part of the interview, I think. As far as how we'll roll it in the beginning, let's keep it soft. Let's keep it nice. I mean, Grump, real quick.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How long you been a Dolphins fan? Were you always a Dolphins fan? When did the origin story begin for the mask?
So it began in 1983. I was 10 years old, man, when Dan Marino became a Dolphin fan. I mean, a Dolphin player. And so it's been since 1983, brother. And I've been going through the ups and downs with the Dolphins. That I'm waiting for the big show to happen, man. I'm ready to go.
So it was early in the, from the start of the Dan era, right? You know what I'm saying? Young kid, 10 years old. I mean, listen, 10-year-old kids, that's when football really becomes important, right? Like that's right around that age bracket. You start watching it more, you start playing it more, all that good stuff.
Right.
Now, Dolphins, was it Dan in particular that drew you to the team?
Yeah, and the thing is that so I used to watch. I didn't watch a lot of college, but we used to get the games from Pittsburgh when he was playing. So I used to watch. Yeah, so I used to watch him a lot. I was like, man, this guy is gonna be something great, man. And then because I used to, I'm not gonna lie, I used to root for the Raiders, but I didn't really like buy merchandise for the Raiders. But
Yeah, he just was probably geologically closer to the Raiders, and you're like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, everybody likes the Raiders, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. 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 So yeah, but then when Dan Marino got drafted by the Dolphins, I was like, man, dude, that's it. I'm buying merchandise. So from there, that day and on, I used to tell my mom and dad, man, this is what I want. I want Dolphin stuff. You know, I want Dolphin hats. I want Dolphin shirts. I want Dolphin everything Dolphins, man. And from that '83, from there on, I've been a Dolphins fan.
Wow, that's interesting. No Dolphins fans in your family. Nobody led the way on that. It was a
No.
conscious decision. Dan Marino, good in
Yeah.
college, went to the Dolphins. I am a Miami Dolphins fan and I've hung in there through the thick and thin. Dan, the ups, the high ups with Dan, to the downs, the injuries, the end of the career,
Right.
not
Yeah.
us not winning. Beyond. So let's fast forward a little bit. Grump, how do you feel about the team presently?
Well, I mean, last year we had a good year. We had a good year, but just fell short. I went to I believe everybody knows that I went to that Kansas City game, and it was cold, man. It was cold, but it was a great experience, and but I think we're heading the right way, and I'm gonna ride or die with Tua. You know what I mean? I just a lot of people don't like Tua, but I'm gonna ride and die with him, man. And if that's our quarterback, if that's our quarterback of the future, that's gonna carry this team, and hopefully he'll bring us that championship, man. I'm waiting for that Super Bowl.
Well, I would wholly agree with the fact that there is no other quarterback for the Dolphins presently, and
Right.
it would be his path is forward with Tua Tagovailoa. I know there is some contract stuff going on right now. Matter of fact, today Jeremy Fowler spoke on Tua Tagovailoa contract, saying that an offer has been given. They're still, distance in the numbers. So they're still back and forth right now. Whether or not it'll happen before the season starts is yet to be seen, right? But
Right.
I think the team will ultimately, outside of them rolling into the season and something not going according to plan with Tua,
Hmm.
immediately, I don't foresee that changing, right?
Right.
how
Right.
they how they work this contract and what kind of money and what kind of guarantees will tell me exactly how much they're sold on a guy like that. But it still doesn't look like he's going anywhere anytime soon, right? So to think of
Yeah.
anything else, I don't think. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm with you, dog. I mean, so what do you think about like just the team in general? Mike McDaniel, his coaching staff. What do you think about this defense? We got a new
Uh,
defensive coordinator. It's going to be a lot of changes. Mike
yeah.
McDaniel, this is his third year. He had some still young mistakes last year in play calling, I think, in some games here and there. I
Yeah.
definitely think there was a really big improvement from year one to year two. Can he couple
Right.
that with a year two to year three jump as well? I mean, give me your thoughts, Grumpy.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of was kind of up and down with Mike McDaniel last season. I mean, he was sticking to the run for a little bit, and then when the run was working, and all of a sudden he would go just pass, 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 pass. I was like, bro, you can't, I mean, you got to run the ball. You know what I mean? It's just like to me, I think he was just focused on. I think honestly, to tell you the truth, I think everybody was just focused on Tyree getting the 2,000 yards, man. I just. I didn't like that with Tua either, you know what I mean? And the play calling with Mike McDaniel, I mean, he tends to change from run and then pass and just forget about the run. He just completes it, just pass, pass, pass. But I think Mike McDaniel's going to learn this season, and with the defense, Anthony Weaver, man, I can't wait with that guy, man. I think he's going to bring some passion to his defense, and I can't wait for it, man.
Yeah, I feel that too. I hate that narrative. It's hard to argue against it where they were worried about getting 2,000 yards to the star wide
Yeah,
receiver. It's not
yeah,
it's not there. I just can't stand the fact that my team would even operate in a way looking to get a
yeah,
one person 2,000 yards. If that
yeah,
is the fact, that is a terrible fact. Either way, Mike McDaniel definitely, and here's not an excuse, right? Because I don't give excuses, but I hear it a lot. They're worried about center, worried about guard. we had a lot of shuffled in and out guys in the O line last year. Maybe, especially the loss of Connor Williams, maybe that might have played into why they didn't feel good about the run. But again, I've seen a lot of good outside run, even with the backup line. So it's hard to point to that. It's just weird when you see Mike McDaniel make obvious mistakes that everyone's like, why did we pass 4 times in a row these past 2 series? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on now? Is it analytics? Is it, overthinking it? Is it worried about this? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating. It's frustrating. We'd much rather see him just put the pedal to the metal and do the easy thing. Might not be the hard, the bad thing.
Right.
So,
and
go ahead.
I was going to tell you, I'm kind of excited with the new running back that they got in the 4th round from, I believe, Tennessee, correct?
Yeah, Jalen Wright.
Yeah, man. I think he's gonna he's gonna have a good season, and I believe him and Achan. Oh my goodness, man! And then of course Mostert, you know what I mean. But I can't wait for that backfield to start working, man. I think they're gonna have a big season.
Yeah, I think. Look, and another thing, and a lot of people talked about it in the passing game, getting it to these tight ends and getting it to these running backs and taking the underneath stuff just to drive down the field rather than looking to push the ball down the field and play action. You know what I'm saying? So adding some more passing elements with that as well. You mentioned there for a second about the defense, right? Weaver. No Xavier Howard this year, probably not. I mean, maybe they could re-sign him. He still hasn't signed anywhere, but I don't see it happening. Cam Smith going to be coming out, getting a lot of looks this year. Hopefully he works out. How do you feel about his development, especially with a defensive change? We have heard from players like Javon Holland as of recent that, it's the greatest thing ever. Vic was a fucking asshole, or whatever. It's been breaking news on a lot of this stuff coming out of the building. What do you think?
I agree, Capitan. I agree because I believe Jalen Ramsey was also saying the same thing, that he wasn't comfortable with the defense that Big Fangio was running, man. Because I believe Ramsey wanted to get to cover the number 1 receiver, but Fangio never put him there. You know what I mean? So I agree, man. I think Anthony Weaver's going to bring some passion. He's going to bring that, because I believe the Ravens, they run a lot of what's it 3 safeties back there, but I think he's gonna let these guys play, man. This secondary is gonna shine, man. I believe, and everybody's talking about other shows that I go on, and like an NFL radio, I go on there too, and but they say that the secondary is going to be blown up, and they're gonna show that the weakness of the Dolphins is a secondary. But I disagree, man. I disagree on it.
Well, I think there is a little bit of an ideology change, right? Look, still gonna have Ramsey out there. People would kill for one of their DBs to be Ramsey. To think he's completely fallen off a cliff, I think people are not smart. I would say this: it does appear to have an ideology change, though, where the team is going to be doing a lot more with the defensive line, focusing on, a wide look up front for pass rush, for run stop, for, time in the pocket. So I don't know, and probably going to try to keep everything underneath them and lock down a weapon or two and just try to play sound defense is what it looks like that's coming from this Weaver's defense. So
yeah, I agree.
Look, we're going to see. There's going to be hiccups. This offense should be good enough to get us rolling week 1, week 2 until the defense can get it figured out, right? That's what I'm
right. Yeah, I agree. And so I mean, I know I'm excited too with the linebacker that we drafted also, but I think he was a linebacker, right? From Colorado State, Camaro, correct? Correct.
Mo Kamara, yeah, Mo Kamara. He's going to be primarily looking at that outside linebacker and pass rushing role, along with. Well, we need the depth. We still got Chubb that's out. We still got Phillips that's out. We brought in Shaq Barrett, but he's. Look, I'm sure Shaq Barrett's going to do fine. He's been an NFL starter for a long time. all that
Yeah.
stuff. We still got to see what Chop Robinson could be, our first round
Yeah.
draft pick. So there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of new moving pieces all up and down this defense. The new linebackers they brought in.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're going to get from this defense.
Right.
We really
And I
don't.
agree, guys.
It's been a real overhaul.
Yeah, and I'm excited though, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to. I want to see what this defense is going to do. I know what you said is going to be hiccups in the beginning, and by the time they get rolling, but I can't wait, man. I think with these new pieces and these the rookies that we got, man, I think we're gonna be up there, man. I think we're gonna be a team to be dealt with, man.
Well, I'll say this, right? When you get guys like Chubb and Phillips back midway through the season or wherever, and come here in the between halfway and third quarter of the season, and they're finally getting it going, and we've had young guys that have been in there learning, it's going to be better for our depth, hopefully, in the long run.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out. But look, I don't know. We're going to have a lot changing between the overhaul personnel through all three levels of the defense. You've got cornerback change with Xavier Howard gone. Cam Smith is clear cut, next in line. You've got new linebackers. I mean, Baker's gone. All the linebackers are gone except for Duke Riley. You know what I'm saying? And they've maneuvered themselves. Christian Wilkins, and although Chubb and Phillips are still on the team, they're not going to be there at the start. So it's all new people on all three spots of the D-line,
Right.
linebackers, secondary. It's going to be interesting to see what Weaver can weave together. Hopefully it's a
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, that was a good one right there, Capitan.
Hey, yeah, dog. Listen, I do a show around here, Grump. I don't know if they told you. I do a show around here. So with that, Grump, we'll say this, right? These are the humble beginnings of the Grumpyphin. And I know you're very passionate about defending your football team. You don't really like no one shitting on the team. You're not against opposition with how you feel or somebody disagreeing with you. But you aren't afraid to tell them, listen, you better not talk about my football team like that. And I like that about you, Grump. I think it's what distinguishes you around in the community when I listen to you on the panels and stuff, which is great. But behind the mask comes a tale that we've run across in our interactions of what you do and how interesting it is that you wouldn't even think of as an irregular career choice that Grumpy has chosen to have such a vigilante-esque superhero background tale pinned to it. So I'm going to bring some of the guys up here. I'm going to ask the guys to give it a second because we're going to get down the road now of the Grumpyphin. And just real quick, Grump, I want to say, like, you work for a dumpster company. You're hauling away dumpsters. And with that, you have become reigning champion in your division for accidentally having people dumped in those dumpsters, which I think is great. And you're almost the heavyweight champion of the world, which is real fitting with the mask, right? And the whole thing to be heavyweight champion of the world of putting people into dump trucks. I think it's great. You sent me some pictures of people who almost became part of the tally.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Lou's seen the pictures. It's great. But there is a superhero-esque type of thing. This man, Grump, I'm going to tell that people right now, he's taking out the fucking trash around here. He's taking out the trash in this community. And he ain't gonna let all these people shit talk this team in this community. You can be disagreeing in opinions. You can even fight, bicker, and back and forth with each other. But I'll be damned if Dumpy, a.k.a. Dumpy Grumpy Finn, gonna be standing around and let you shit talk on this on this team. It's not gonna happen. And I really want Grumpy to lead off hit with a story you told us a couple weeks ago about how you got the 2-for-1 on the dump. You got the 2-for-1, and you were saying, this is my sixth person. This is my sixth time dumping somebody. Go into this dump. How did this happen? You said, oh man, my my people at the radio dispatch are tired of hearing from me because they know, oh shit, you got something. You had two people. Tell us the two people got dumped. Story, Grump,
Okay,
please.
so that story with the barbecue place. So I was actually running behind, right, and I came up to the dumpster, and on the tablet it says you gotta actually honk the horn before you dump that can because there's always been people inside that dumpster. You know, they want to eat, you know, the leftovers, or the homeless people want to eat the leftovers or whatever. But I was in a hurry, man, and so I didn't honk the horn, and I just came up to the dumpster and I dumped the can, and when I looked in the camera, I had dumped a man and a woman inside my truck, man, inside the hopper, man. So I did a 2-for-1, man. I did a
Yeah.
2-for-1 on that one, and so when I called dispatch, like, hey, man, I got two people in here. They're like, what the hell, dude? What, you got two people in there now? Wow, how'd you get two people in there? I was like, man, hey, I don't know. He goes, did you hack? And I said, nah, bro. Look, man, I forgot I was in a hurry. I forgot to hang, man. So I dumped the dumpster, and then I had two people inside there. I got the 2-for-1 special, bro.
Damn. So now this was real quick before you go, Lou. Was this time 5 or 6? Because
That would be. So I wrote it down here. So the that would be number 5, which would make it. Which would make it six. Will make it six people. But that was 2-for-1.
Bet.
2-for-1.
All right, go ahead, Lou.
No, I was just gonna say, Grumpy, salute. You know I wasn't gonna miss this for the world. This is Lewis, Grumpy. We talk almost every day. You know who this is, Grumpy.
That's Lou.
It's
That's
Lewis,
Captain
Grump.
Save a Ho.
That's Lewis.
Yeah, bro. This is
Hey,
Lewis.
what's up, bro?
What's going on, Grumpy, man?
That's my boy. That's my boy. What's up, dog?
Hey, listen, Grump. You know I wouldn't miss this for the world, but I mean, when Cap calls it the 2-for-1 dump, I mean, what am I supposed to do with that, Grump? How can I follow up something with a 2-for-1? But Grumpy, I think we're up to 11 people, if I'm not mistaken. So this story was for 6. So after this, you already have 5 more. Is that correct? Are we at 11 so far? And how much until we get to the record?
Record is 12. I know that. The record is 12.
Oh, 12 is the record?
We are in striking distance, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing this bitch home to the 305. That's what I heard. We're bringing this home to the 305. Dumpy's going for the fucking triple crown. It's going to happen, dog.
I need this championship, bro. Like, I feel like I'm
championship, bro.
I need this championship, bro. Like, for real. But, Grumpy, I guess let's start from the beginning, though. What was the first one, and what happened at that moment?
Okay, so the first one was where I was at a movie theater, right? It was a movie theater dumpster, and when I got up to the dumpster, that was my first can that I dumped of the morning, right? So when I went up to it, I dumped it and everything, and I had my window down, right? I had my window down, but I could hear this guy fucking yelling. He was yelling in the background. He was like, help, 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 help. I was like, what the hell, man? So I went up, I got off, right? So I got off, I went up the ladder, because I got 2 ladders, right? I got one in the front, one in the side of the truck. So I went up on the front, and I put the flashlight on, man. That dude, he had his forehead cut and everything, but that was when they called so every time that I dump somebody, they got to call the fire department and the ambulance, because they got to get a crane inside the dumpster. They don't want me to open the tailgate and dump the people out. So they got to get a crane and put like a flatbed, right? It's like a stretcher, and they got to put it inside with the fireman inside inside my truck, so they can strap the people up and then take them out with the crane. But that was my first one there.
Grump, every time they got to do this.
Every time, so that's why the company's like, my God, we're spending more money on you, bro. Every time.
Tax dollars hard at work, dog. Hard
Grumpy,
at
you're the best. You are the best, Grumpy. You are the best.
The fucking hard. Listen, okay, all right. So this is time number 1 First dump of the day. I found that to be a really interesting detail. That first dump of the day.
Dump of the day.
Yep, no padding, hard landing. Says by Michael K with his $2 donation. Salute to Michael K. First dump of the day. That's not a good way to start your shift, right?
No.
First dump of the day, and I got to get the ambulance and shit. I hear there's, like he says, not a lick of garbage in that one. He made the full fall. That's a bad one. Now, I've learned a detail, right? And you told me this detail that there's blades in the bottom of this death trap, right? There's a blade at the bottom of. There's a blade involved in the bottom of this.
Okay,
trap?
so when I say blade, it doesn't rotate inside like if it's gonna chop you up. What it does, it's like a compactor, right? It just crushes the trash. It pushes it to the back. So what it does, if you land on there and I push you to the back, I'm going to crush you. I'm not going to tear you up. I'm going to crush you.
Okay. That's where we needed some clarification, because the first time you said it, I was like, what is happening? It's a bunch of spinning blades up in the bottom of these bitches, dude. That would be crazy. That would be fucking...
Cap, you're thinking about wood choppers.
I mean, listen, I don't know how he explained it before. I was like, yo, you need to stop right there. I got to learn more about these bladed ass fucking garbage cans, these death traps, these meat grinding machines they got roaming around the cities.
So we got a nickname for Grumpy. We're going to call him the Juicer.
Yeah, right.
Now, Grumpy, let me
like
give you a little quick, like a little follow-up question, Grumpy. So when the ambulance, the fire trucks, and all them get to your location, how long is that process? Like, how long do you have to sit there?
So Lewis, that takes about maybe, I'm gonna say about 3 hours, man, for them. Yeah, it takes about 3 hours, bro. It takes a while for them to. They gotta make sure how they're gonna do it, and but they. And matter of fact, Lewis, to answer your question, bro, they're so used to me being the one that dumps people. They already know what to do. You know what I mean?
I got you.
The fire department sees me, Lewis. They see me and they're like, "Oh man, you again?"
They got a special gear package. They got a
Grumpyphin out again here.
They're like, "Bring your grumpy gear. Bring the grumpy gear."
Yeah, you got no. So, all right, for incident number 1. I mean, I would imagine this to have been early on in your dumping of people career. So like getting a first drop, first thing, you're like probably feeling yourself like, hey, I got to get going today. Motherfuckers in there screwed your day up, right? This guy messed your day up. He messed your day up. I know his day got messed up too, but let's be real. This guy messed up your day. All right, so let's go to incident number 2. What happened with the second
real quick,
victim?
I got
one incident.
Question, El Capitan. Have you ever dumped a Dolphin fan?
No, Dolphin fans aren't in dumpsters, Color. At least not alive.
It will
we'll
probably
get to that later
most likely a Bills fan that he's dumped.
Yeah, there's tons of Bills fans getting dumped around this bitch. So incident number 2, Grump.
So the second one, I don't know if you guys remember, but that one was the one where I went to an apartment complex, right? And so on the third dumpster, after the third dumpster that I dumped, I started smelling this bad odor, man. You usually don't smell them in the apartments, right? So when I came up to the fourth one, I got that bad smell, man. And so I got off the truck, and as soon as I was walking up to the dumpster, man, it was just like rotten, man. So when I opened up the lid, and I don't want to scare people, but I saw the 2 legs, right? Yes. So what I was dumping body parts. Is what I was dumping, bro. So when I called dispatch, they told me don't move. They told me, and they called the cops, and then so everybody got there. They blocked up. They put all the caution tape and everything. So they told me to open the tailgate, and they found the head. They found the 2 arms, So I was about to dump the 2 legs, and so they went around because it was a pretty big apartment complex, looking around, but they never could find the body, man. But yeah, so I was dumping body parts.
So all right, real quick now, because this is a lot to take in for people who don't know the story. We were talking to a lot of people on YouTube that didn't get this original story, so we're gonna reel this back. Okay, this is incident number 2 with you, Dumpy. That's what I didn't remember this part. This is the second thing that happened, which is crazy, right? You're like,
Right.
God, these fucking dumpsters are gnarly, bro. This smell
Right.
of death is
Right.
in the air. And finally, you got to get out and check this smell of death.
Right.
And it's some legs. And you're like,
Right.
uh-oh, there's legs in my trash can. Probably need to call dispatch. Hey, dispatch, second incident going on for Dumpy over here. I got fucking legs in one of my trash cans. 5-0 shows up, tapes the fucking place off,
Right.
dumps the truck, finds the remainder of the body minus a torso that
Right.
never got found. Crazy.
Correct.
Where's that weirdo with the torso? So let's any guys before we get to the next fucking part of the story, missing torso? What the fuck?
Yeah, did they ever find the torso?
They couldn't. No, they couldn't find the color. They never found it, bro. They never found it.
the torso?
They never found it.
Quick question though: did they still
Wow.
go through the motions and bring you downtown for questioning and all that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Great question.
Oh yeah. Of course. Of course. They brought me in for questioning, and they wanted to know, exactly how I started the day, where did I, what entrance did I go in through? Did I see anything out of the ordinary and stuff like that?
You was the one. They were sure of it. They're like, man, you can sit here and lie to us, or you can help us. You can help
Right.
yourself.
This is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. This is wild.
Color bin at the table, dog. Color bin at the table. That's exactly what they're gonna say. Listen, you can come in here bullshitting, or you can help us. Help yourself. Okay, that's how they
Right.
go come at you.
And before
So,
you start
hey.
answering questions, I want you to know that there's cameras everywhere.
Right.
We
And
got
the
video. We're not going to
and
tell
the
you
thing
what's on the
color that-
video, but we got video.
they thought that honestly they thought I was involved in this stuff, man. That for some reason, that I was
For
connected
some
to it.
reason. I mean, listen,
Grumpy,
it's scary.
Grumpy, I just
Yeah.
want to ask you. So with
Yes.
this scenario, right? It's not like just the person's alive, they're jumping out, or you're dumping them. You're finding body parts here. Did you have to go in for like questioning or anything like that, or they
That's
just
what he
did
just
everything
said.
at the scene?
Yeah, Louis.
You had to
they-
go
they-
in.
Oh
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. I was in there. I was in there for like 8 hours, Louis.
8
They
hours.
sweat his ass, dog. They sweat his
Hey,
ass. They thought
hey,
he was in there. Grumpy, did they ask you this direct question? Or do you work for the cartel? Did they ask you that question directly?
Well, because I'm labeled, right? I got tattoos and stuff, and I'm labeled, right? So they asked me if I was involved with some kind of organization. That's the way they put it, right? If I was involved in some organization. So I said, nah, man. He goes, well, when they told me to take off my shirt and all this shit, and I'm like, what am I doing here, man? Why I gotta take my shirt off? So they wanted to see all the tattoos, but then when they saw the 13 on there, they're like, oh man, this dude's involved. So they,
And you're like, no, dog, that's Dan Marino. That's Dan
Yeah.
Marino.
Exactly, damn right. But it's a gang that has a 13th on this
MB,
thing.
not
Yeah.
MS.
Hey, hold on.
That's
real-
Dan Marino,
yeah.
dog. That's Dan Marino.
Right, it's
Hey,
DM
Grumpy.
or-
Hey, Grumpy. I just got one follow-up question for this story, and then
Okay.
if the other guys, or we can move on.
Okay.
But you know how we do, Grumpy, on Twitter, right? Now this is different on X.
Yeah,
But I'm
man.
gonna ask you something, Grumpy. When you went
Yeah.
in, you know how we talk about the first 48 on Twitter. You weren't part
Right.
of the first 48, right? You
No,
didn't
no.
give them all right,
No.
bet that. There you go.
No,
Okay, cool.
no, we
Okay.
good, Louis. We good, bro. We
Hey,
good. We
hey,
good, bro.
hey,
We
hey,
There you
good.
go. There you go.
We
All
good,
right,
bro.
bet.
We good.
Hey,
We good.
look, that's a different episode. Different episode.
You got it.
So, all right, crazy, right? They never find the torso. Interesting
No.
fact of the story. Fucking nuts, right? So, Grumpy, incident happens. Police sweats you, thinks you're involved. kind of, they didn't realize 13 was Dan Marino. They thought some other stuff. We don't need to go into what maybe they did or didn't know. They can go fuck themselves. How about that? Right? Innocent man, act innocent. Carry on with your day. What happens?
I'm gonna FOIA that video footage. By the way, I gotta see this interview, man.
Oh no, you'll never find it, Color.
No, I tried to look for it, Color. I couldn't find it, man.
Bro. It's public record. You just got to go FOIA this stuff, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna
that shit, Color. Fucking find it, dog. Find it.
If you find it, Color, let me know.
Yeah, find it. We'll have episode number 2 of this tale.
For real, man.
So they release you after 8 hours of sweating you.
Yeah.
All good. You're going about your job, living your life again. What happens?
So after I got let go, actually my wife went to go pick me up, and actually my boss was waiting for me too, right there in the hallway too with my wife, and but my boss was pissed off, man, because he said, why are you guys sweating my driver, man? He's one of my best drivers, and you guys are thinking he's involved. He's just a truck driver, you know what I mean? He picks up trash. That's what he was doing. Why are you guys sweating this guy, man? But my boss was pissed off, man. So was my wife. She was yelling. I could hear her, man. And when in the hallway, she was yelling.
50 other bodies to dump, man. Get this guy out of here.
Hey, Grumpy, you know what it sounds like to me? If your boss after your second dump was already saying you were the best driver he had, right? It sounds like he wants this record too, bro. It sounds like he wants the record of because I think the record is 12 again from what Cap told me, right, Grump?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. And you're at 11.
Yes.
No. So right now, Louis, I could remember the 2 pictures that I sent you. The one that was that jumped out of the dumpster, and then the other 2 people that were at the flower shop. So that would have made it. That would have made it 12. I'm at 9.
He's at 9. I knew it was. I thought it was 9 too. Okay, let's not get sidetracked because we're gonna get into everything because I can't. There's another part that happens to your boss defending you. Great. I think that's admirable. I think your boss is, again, like Lou says, is probably saying, holy shit, I got a real contender on my hand. I got a real one. That's what the boss is saying. I got a real contender. We coming for this record.
He found his franchise quarterback. Cap.
Fucking right, dude. Get ready to sign up to a long-term deal with Benny's. All right, so finish up. What body parts, torso, crazy scenario. What happens after that? You're back on the job. So
after when I went the next day, man, everybody was like, man, what happened? With everybody, all the coworkers, they were constantly calling me on my phone, man. Explain what happened, man. What you find, what you see, and they wanted the details and everything. But the boss man told me not to be really explain to details to these people, to the drivers, because he didn't want it to get around.
There's an ongoing investigation, right?
Right, because it was an ongoing investigation. Yeah, right.
Who dumped the body and how'd they find this guy?
So that's where the third one I dumped, Capitan. That was the fugitive. That was the fugitive number 3. He was the fugitive. So I dumped that dude. When I dumped him, so I actually crushed him a little bit, right? I had a little bit of trash, but I crushed him. I didn't kill him, but I crushed him, and I could hear him. He was one of them that was also yelling, man, hey, get me out of here, get me out of here. So when I went up the ladder and I saw that dude, he was crushed, right? He was kind of, all twisted. He was like this, right?
He was hemmed up.
What was that?
He was hemmed up.
Yeah. He was that hand up. Yeah, he was like, like this, like in a little ball, right? So when they got him out, he was a dude that were looking for. He was the fugitive. He was the one that was behind the body parts. Okay, so I actually solved the crime right there.
So did you walk this guy? Did you drive over to the police department with the guy and throw him at him and be like, "There, motherfuckers, there's your killer."
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, just real quick.
Damn, he closed the cold case, man.
Look at Cap, man. He's busting that. What's up, Cap?
Sorry, bro, but
Capitan, bro.
this is the craziest shit
I
of
mean,
all
Grumpy's
time.
doing more
dude.
than law enforcement just in 2 days, man. It's like he's done more than
Man.
all of police and all of the whole year,
Freaky.
man. Damn.
Dead.
Found the dead
serious?
body and the perpetrator all in the same week.
Yep.
Dead serious.
Yep.
Motherfucker is finding crimes and solving them. He's finding the crimes and solving them.
He's
Hey, you ever
Columbo
seen that
and
show,
Perry
True
Mason all
Detective?
in one, man.
You ever seen that show on HBO, True Detective and shit? This bitch is pulling off the real life True Detective fucking show. My point is that now here's the crazy part. Here's the craziest part, right? Did the cops bring you back in and question you? And if they did you have a 14 on your chest the second time they took your shirt off and shit? Is that what happened?
That's a good one, Capitan. That's a good one, man. But, to answer your question, they did bring me in for questioning again to see if I knew that guy, because after they actually took a picture of him when he was at the hospital, right? And I told him I didn't know that guy. But again, I did get questioned because they thought I was
You were trying
affiliated
to get rid of the evidence.
to that
They
crime,
thought
right?
you were trying to get rid of the evidence, bro.
Yeah.
They thought you were trying to take out the guy that did the job for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They thought you was tying up loose ends.
I'm dead
That's what
serious,
they were
Color.
doing.
Like the cops, like, hey, this guy might have dumped this body. We don't know. Da da da. Now, oh look, here's the guy that really dumped the body. I'm off the hook, right? You know what I'm saying? You kill the. I'm just saying, it's funny. We're just joking, but goddamn, Color, you're absolutely right. Like, why wouldn't the cops? Now, tell us where it went. They found you innocent because obviously you didn't do that, but it would have been the scenario, right? What happens? It's.
So after they questioned me, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
So when they questioned me, they actually, it wasn't I didn't take long. It was about an hour or so, an hour and a half, when they were questioning me if where I dumped this guy and everything. But after that, they made me sign like a paper. I think it was. I still have it, man. I'm gonna take a picture of it and I'm gonna send it to y'all. I had to sign like I wasn't involved in all this shit, documents and shit like that. So I did have to sign some papers. But I was let go free, man. I don't know why I was good, but I was just doing my job.
Grumpy. So real quick, there was no reward money that was given to you for finding.
Okay, so remember, Lewis. Remember when I said that the president of the company, they gave me a $500 check, man.
Let's go.
And the cops were like, "Thank you for taking out the trash."
Right.
They started wrecking your company's like, "This man is a real fucking worker here," and the cops are like, "This son of a bitch is finding crimes and solving them." Yeah, it cost a lot of money to get the crane and grab the first dude, but he made up for it in spades. You're on a roll right now.
I would have totally gloated.
You're on a roll.
I would have gloated so hard with the cops. I'd have took them to dinner with that $500.
Oh yeah, Color. That's a good troll. You like, yeah, I'm gonna take the police department out for $500 dinner. That's G money. So all right, and you also had a thing. This was
send
like
them a bunch of pizzas and be like, "This is from
send
your
them
neighborhood
donuts.
friendly."
Send them $500 in donuts, dog. Be like, thanks for the good work, fellas. Fuck, I lost my train of thought, dude.
Capitan lost track.
I think
he lost track.
Well, no, we're at 3, Grumpy. I said, I guess.
Yeah, that's 4. That's 3. Let's go to 4. Yeah, good call.
Okay, so number 4 was that's the dude that when I came up to the dumpster, right, when I was going up with it, he was the one that was yelling, "Stop, stop, 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 stop." But he actually jumped out. He jumped out and he landed on my front ladder, right? So this dude decides to jump off when I'm fucking driving, and I ran him over, bro. He survived. but when I stopped the truck, I turned back and I got off the truck, right? And I go, bro, are you okay? He's like, man, you jacked me up. But his face was all with the asphalt burn and everything. It's man, his shirt was all ripped up. He was all with the asphalt burns and everything. So yeah, that's the dude that I ran over. That was my fourth victim, bro.
Hell yeah, Grumpy. Hell yeah, Grumpy.
Cleaning up these streets.
So Grumpy, when he was, I guess before you were running him over, I thought you had said he was like hanging off your truck or whatever. How long was he hanging on before you noticed he was hanging on?
Okay, so that one, Lewis, that was number 7. He was the one that was hanging on the side of the truck.
Yeah, that's a different one.
So I don't want to jump, Lewis. I don't want to jump.
I didn't want to jump neither. You're right, Grumpy. My fault.
Yeah, Hooked Up Joe. This is the real Batman. This is the real Cape Crusader right here.
This motherfucker is a real vigilante. I don't know if you heard, if you just got in here, Hooked Up Joe, but he found a fucking murderer out there on these streets and handled his ass. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, that right there puts you flying high above the sky with dumping motherfuckers. It's for the right reasons, obviously.
Grumpy drinking beer through the mask is insane. Grumpy, you're a legend, bro. You are a legend, bro.
All right, so okay, this guy, now here's the thing, right? How quickly was it a scoop, a toss, and then you're driving for him to get up out into the ladder and fall out? Did he? Explain it step by step.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain it the right way, Capitan. So, so when he jumped off, he landed on top of my truck, which is what we call the canopy, right? This is right up where I'm driving. It's the canopy. So he landed there. So when I put the can down, I took off. So when I was driving, he was coming down the ladder. I was like, oh shit, what the hell is this? So it was a guy that was coming down my ladder. So I actually
right here
slammed
next
on the brake.
Outside the window. You're like, look out the side window. You're like, fuck, there's somebody on my shit.
No. He was in the front, Capitan. He was in the front.
Okay, where's this front ladder go to? Like, where's it at exactly?
So the front ladder sits in front of my windshield.
Oh fuck! The ladder goes like down in front of the whole truck, so like on the hood.
So
and shit,
so you got the windshield right, and it's right in the front. Yeah, it's right in the front.
Fuck! All right, so Buddy is climbing down in front of your windshield,
right?
And you've already driven away. You've picked can up, dumped can, and fucking off to the races, right?
Right.
Are you on a side back street right now, or are you on like an actual road or street? Or
I'm actually on the main street. I'm on the main street. I'm not at a freeway. It's just like a main street. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Like a blocked street.
Yeah. So when I was driving, he's coming down. So I slammed on the brakes because he scared the hell out of me. Right.
No shit, right? This fucking guy might be, like a fucking street pirate or some shit trying to overtake the vehicle. This feels like some Road Warrior shit, not going to lie, but go ahead.
So I slammed on the brakes, right? And that's when he falls off and I ran him over, man. That's
Bro, in the apocalypse, Grumpy is the motherfucking driver of the getaway car because this guy he's got it, dude. In the apocalypse, you want him driving. So this guy, he comes up, slamming the brakes, falls off over the front, and you run him over. Does he get hit with the whole truck, or just like the front end, or what? I mean, dude, those are dump trucks. They're thousands of pounds, right? Like, Buddy was fucked up, right?
Right. So what happened? I guess I dragged him. I guess I dragged him, and that's why he's got those asphalt burns on his face and on his body and everything. But luckily, I didn't crush him, man. Because the trucks, they sit pretty high, Capitan. They sit pretty high. So if it was lowered, you know what I mean? I probably would have killed him. But those trucks, they sit pretty high to where I can't really actually, run you over unless I run you over with my tires. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like run them up or something like that. Run up them or some shit. So all right, okay. Medics show up, right? They're like, gotta call the office like, yo, fucking dude was on the top of my truck.
Yeah. In
the can. I mean, this is number what, 4 right here, right?
So that one, that would make 6, right? Because the one I told you that I dumped 2 people, so that would be number 6.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you. But that wasn't the order of it, though, right? This would be the fourth time it happened, right?
Right.
With the guy that got ran over. That would
Right.
be
So
number 4. Not
right. So
the total. Not the total. I'm just wondering in the story arc, where are we at? We're at number 4 incident right now.
yeah, that's number 4. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just want to rewind real quick. Did the killer live or did he end up dying?
No, he lived.
Did they find out what the fuck happened to the torso?
I you know what? You know what, Capitan? I never found out, and I wasn't, to allow to ask questions about it. But
Yeah,
all I
probably
know
best
that
not.
they never found the torso, man.
You know
I
what?
guess he
Probably
never told
best
where it
for
was at.
you to not go asking people where if they found the torso. Just saying. They
Right.
let you go. You got a gift card. Let's let that story die. Let's not ask where the torso ended up. You catch my drift? I get you, dog. All right. So
Right.
then the next number 4 gets run over under the truck. That guy lives.
Yeah, he lived. He
lived.
he just he was, like I said, he had a lot of the asphalt burns and everything. He was all scraped up, man. He was in bad shape, but he lived.
So you didn't
Lost
really
half
like.
of his face right here. It was all he was. I mean, it was bad, man.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's bad. Sounds, I don't know, even falling off of a fucking dump truck probably is painful enough, much less getting drug a little. So you didn't really like fucking tire up his ass, right? That
Right.
didn't happen, because if that would have happened, he'd have been like toothpaste. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, gross. Let's go to number 5. Number 5 is number 5 and 6. Is that the double dip? Is that what that
Yeah.
is?
So number 5 is the one with the barbecue place where I dumped the 2 people.
Gotcha.
So that's the one where I was running behind, and the tablet, it says for me to honk the horn and before you dump that dumpster, because there are usually people in there. But that day I decided not to honk the horn, and I came up to the dumpster, and as soon as I went up with them, and I I looked at my camera. And I see 2 people up there trying to get out, man. It was a man and a woman. So as soon as I saw that, I called dispatch, and then this is what I get, Capitan, from the dispatch. Bro, when are you gonna stop dumping people, man? When are you gonna stop doing this?
Once these streets are clean, the cape and mask can come off. But until then, the Lord's work is being done in these streets. Real quick, chances are you might have honked the horn. Who knows, right? You could have honked the horn. Nobody can really be 100% certain on that. I know maybe it might have happened, but fuck it, right? You know what I mean? Again, shouldn't be in the dumpsters, written all over these fucking things. It's dangerous, and this is why. Public service announcement: stay the fuck out of dumpsters, right? Stay the fuck out of them. It's a real epidemic we got going on here in the United States, apparently. So let's move on. Now we've got 6 people in the can. I like what I did there. Let's go to number 7, right?
Okay. So number 7, I believe Color and Lewis has heard this one, but I'm gonna and I believe Crypto also heard this one. But anyways, this guy, this is the guy that I found in a Chinese restaurant, right? He was a Chinese restaurant dumpster, and it's one of them tall dumpsters that you can't really see what's in it or whatever. It's that's those really long, tall dumpsters. So anyways, I come up to it, I dump it, and then as soon as I see the camera, and I see, the trash moving around, but then I see this guy, and I was like, oh my God. So he's all like, hey, he starts, he did it with one, I think it was his left hand. I don't know which one it was, but you can see he was just moving like this. But then I get off, and then I go up the front ladder. I took my flashlight with me, and I put the flashlight on him. Bro, the skull, I mean, it was cracked right here. His arm was twisted all the way back to the back. His knee, I cracked his knee. You could see the flesh and bone popping out of the knee.
Oh, dude, buddy is hemmed all up, dude. He got all
fucked up.
Real quick, was this a Chinese guy in the Chinese dumpster, or was it just
it was a white guy.
Okay, gotcha. Just asking. Damn. So he got all kinds of messed up, right?
Yeah. So
Wow.
I mean, he did. I was informed he did survive and whatever, but he was badly. I don't know what you're gonna do in a Chinese restaurant, though, man. I mean, a Chinese dumpster. You know what I mean? It's just that's those dumpsters smell real bad. That's like, oh my goodness. And
Not only that,
but yeah, that was
man's
that
gotta
was
get
number
his
7,
ramen
y'all.
noodles, bro. You know what I mean?
it's a high climb and a high jump to land in leftover Chinese, which rarely does anyone eat the leftover Chinese. You take the box home, you never heat it up, you throw it away. It's terrible.
Right.
So Chinese dumpster guy would make 7.
All
Right.
right.
That's number 7.
So we're at number 7. People hit the like button. You're watching the life and times of Grumpyphin.
So all right, Grump.
He is the garbage man, like the garbage man. You know.
Yeah,
so,
no, this is fun. All right, so let's see. Now, I would imagine, right, at work, you're infamous at this point. They're like, "Oh fuck." Everybody at work's like, "Here comes Grump right now, dog. There he is. There's the fucking king." Strutting like fucking
Capitan, you're
Connor,
right, man.
like, you're strutting through that fucking build. You gotta be, bro, right? I'm
Hey.
like, bitches, what? You know how
Hey,
many times
Capitan,
the
let me.
train did that for
Capitan,
me?
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I walk in there with my head up high, bro, and just like, hey, what's up? With my chest pumped up, and I'm like, what's up, bro?
You already know.
I ain't gonna lie, Capitan. I ain't
You
gonna lie,
already
bro.
know. You already know. Keep that motherfucking fire department and ambulance on speed dial in this bitch. I let the whole place know. I let the whole bitch know. I let it know. I love it. It's great. This is a real tale of, I mean, excellence. I can hear. I mean, right now, first of all, shouldn't be doing it, breaking the law, and then going as far as to solve crimes, bring murderers to justice, and keep the streets clean. I mean, it's a service that any city would benefit from, where he's doing like 5 times the work of any other regular garbage man. It's amazing. It
medical
is
transport.
amazing.
You know,
Again, Grumpy all on his own is stimulating the fucking economy.
he takes the bodies to the morgue. I mean, yeah, he does it all, man.
fucking nines, dude. He is stimulating the motherfucking economy. That's what's happening.
Real quick, I was wondering, oh, never mind. I'll ask in a second. Sorry.
Okay. So let's get on to what number are we at, Grump?
Number 8.
Number 8, that's right. Now number 8 happened recently, right?
Yeah. So number 8,
you've as of recent have had 8 and 9 come into the get like immediately. Like this thing's heating up. All right, so go ahead.
So number 8. So I dumped the dumpster, right? And this guy, when I was going up with the dumpster, he must have jumped out of the dumpster and landed on back of my truck, which we call the top door, right? So he must have jumped and flew out and jumped on the back on the top door. So anyways, because the reason I say that is because when I drove off, I see cars honking at me, throwing the high beams at me behind, and I was like, what the hell are these guys doing? So when I looked on the side of the truck, I see this guy dangling on the side of the side ladder that I had, that I told you about, Capitan, that I have on the side of the truck.
The one towards the back.
And so he's dangling, bro. He's dangling on the side of the truck. And so I start slowing down, but this dumbass decides to jump off, and he lands on the side on the one of the personal vehicles, one of the cars that was beside me. He jumps on there, lands on that vehicle. He lands on there, walks out. He didn't walk off. He's limping and everything, but they try to catch him, but I don't know if they did or not. But yeah.
Damn.
So I pull
held
up to the
together
side,
as
right?
long as I could. Let's start over. Hold up. Just wait. Let's start over. Let's wait. So, all right. Some shit went down. Homie must have jumped through the bin to land on the backside of the fucking truck, because he didn't get dumped inside. He got dumped in the backside where he can access the backside ladder. You're cruising along, right? People are honking at you. You're minding your business. Fuck out of here. I get it. I'm dump truck man. Fuck y'all. Cleaning up these streets, bitches. Anyhow, you look to your right and you see out of the mirror motherfuckers hanging on the backside ladder. You're like, oh shit, I got a dangler. Hey, office, just real quick, got a dangler right now. Anyhow, you come to a stop. You look over. You didn't see what happens, but the people in the car next to you say that the guy jumps from the ladder, lands on their car, the roof of their car, hits the pavement, and is off to the races.
Right.
So this is an amazing scenario, because I don't know if Michael Bay or any of these other highfalutin directors are really. This is the real tales that they need to put on film, because I mean, John Wick of Dumpsters Color is out here cleaning up these streets, and these motherfuckers. I need this movie.
We're gonna give you a special 800 number to call if it happens. When it happens again, you need to call us so we can be live on the scene to cover it, man.
Dude, I wish I could find like a dump truck that was decked out in Miami Dolphins and just have fucking Grumpy drive that bitch around on the road for Dolphins road games. Just drive around the stadium the whole week before. Just drive around the stadium the whole week before.
All the trash.
No, just cruising around with the mask on, looking ominous as fuck, dude.
Hey, Capitan. So Capitan. So what happened? So what happened? I pull up to the side, right? Because finish
the story. Sorry, Grump. We need to know how this shakes out. You stop. You pull up. What's good?
So,
go ahead.
Capitan, hold on, bro. So, I pull up to the side, right, and because the people where that dude landed on that vehicle, they go, "Hey, man, so what are we gonna do with this, man?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Man, that dude fell out of your truck." And I was like, "What's that got to do with me, bro? I am not responsible for that." He's all like, "Well, man, I'm gonna call the cops." Go ahead and call the cops, bro. I gotta do my route. I ain't got nothing to do with that dude. You know what I mean? Listen. So I go, "Look, bro, what you guys got to do, look, take a picture of the side of the truck. It's got the number on there. You guys deal with that with the company, man. I gotta go. I gotta burn off." And I burned off, bro. They're like, "Hey, I'm gonna take a picture of I need to take a picture of your driver's license." I was like, "Bro, get the hell out of here." I took off. I burned out.
Fucking right you did. And you know what? Because, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't go, "Listen, that's the second one today. I got more to get to. Get the fuck out of my face. I got jobs to do, bitch."
Yeah.
These streets ain't going to clean themselves, goddammit. Messing with the civil service you do.
I mean, if the guy has a skateboard, Grumpy probably don't even think nothing of it. It just gives him a free ride, you know?
That's it. Wow. So this guy, Dangler, hits the roof. You're like, well, fuck. The fuck's that got to do with me, dog?
It was crazy though, man. It was crazy how he jumped off and he landed on the car, man. It's like,
I wonder, did he like hit the car feet first? Because if you're dangling, your feet are down. Did he hit the top of the car feet first? And if he did he pull off like a fucking tuck and roll on the landing? Because the fact that he was gone, and as far as you're concerned, never found. The man is still out there. This could have been a spy. Grumpy could have just thwarted a big time fucking.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to say
international espionage.
Yeah, international fucking criminal fucking running these streets. I'm just saying, right? If it was just a regular old crackhead or something like that, he ain't going nowhere. He's laying on the side. He's malnourished. He ain't got no vitamin D and shit, and he's lost all his calcium.
Probably asked you for a cigarette or something.
So yeah, exactly. So, but this guy hits the roof of a passerby or car, tucks and rolls, and runs off, never to be seen again.
Right.
I mean, Grump easily just as at this rate, right, with the stories and how it's kind of, really going. And this is the tale of it. That it's just as plausible that you just thwarted a potential terrorist threat. I'll say it, right? You could have saved America with that fucking thing right now. And, God bless you for doing it. Thank you. So we're up there now, right now, before we get to the last and final number 9 of this countdown to where you stand
Wait, now,
today.
could this guy have been the owner of the torso?
No. Well,
Delivering-
that's a good.
delivering
Well, they found the
street
fugitive. Remember
justice.
that's over there. That was what one was that? The number fugitive. That was number 3.
That was number 3. Yeah, no, we know that.
Right.
We know that. We're just wondering, did number 3 have someone else in this dumpster game with
Well,
him? And
Well,
that guy could be on the
number
run from it.
3 could have been the
In cahoots
guy
with
with
number-
the intel,
number 8.
and number 8 had taken him out because number 8 is an international, spy. You know what I mean?
Right. I hear you.
I appreciate it, Sal. I try my best, right? I think I try to hone my interviewing craft as best as I can. And I like to write narratives of plausibility. Listen, I'm not saying things did happen, but it's equally as possible that this is the scenario that happened as much as any other scenario you can give to where the rest of the story plays out. And I'm just going off the facts I already possess.
Absence of evidence doesn't mean evidence of absence.
That's exactly right. But it's not like I don't have any. I'm just pulling this from the thin air. This man has solved crimes. This man is cleaned the streets up. I mean, again, stimulates the economy. This is dump man.
So,
You know what I'm
Grumpy,
saying?
I got
Like, dump
a
fan.
logistical question for you. So how long does your route take to complete? Like 4 to 6 hours or something?
Well,
No,
8 hours?
I do 11 hours a day.
11 hours. Okay, so in 11 hours of time, as slow as that dump truck goes, what could possibly? We're talking all of this happening within what, a 10-mile radius?
no, he's changed locations
20-mile
for a lot
radius?
of this. Listen, and I want the story that the answer to the question Color's asking you, but Grumpy's
it's not like he's
talents
driving
are
all over the
demanded
country
all over
finding
the
this
place,
stuff,
Color. Grumpy, this didn't all happen. These 8 I don't want to say victims, 8 incidences didn't all take place in the same 10 mile area. No, this is an international fucking deal this is over multi-states, right? This has happened over a couple different states, or at least a couple different cities.
Same state, but different areas of Texas.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So we
Texas
are
is
talking
big, might
about
as
a
well be 3 or 4
wide-ranging
states.
area here, not just
Yeah,
Yes.
It's a massive. Listen, when you got talent like Grump around there, you're in high demand. You got to go to different
because
places.
at some
They're
point
gonna
you
schedule
gotta ask, what am I living in this town for? You know what I mean?
No, Color. I don't know if you know this, but right after Grump is done with the town, that town is better. I don't know why. The statistics prove it though, because they're like, okay, Grump, we got to move him to another hard area to dig him out of the dump, and literally and figuratively. And it's a really good service you're providing.
The government's gonna start using him.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Listen, dude, I said John Wick of dumpsters. I meant it, right?
Right.
So let's get on before we get to the final 9th. There is somebody out there that is the number 1 contractor, for lack of a better term, in the biz, right? The number 1 the pedophilia, right? I know what you get now, dog. He is the king upon the tower. Now, it wasn't that long ago. You were only at 7. This 8 and 9, which we're going to get to 9 here in a second, happened in a short while this guy has a dozen. He has 12 right now. Is this guy still active in the field? Is he still picking up contracts out there on the streets and dumping and trying to get his numbers up? Or is this guy done and you have a real shot of overtaking his record?
Yeah, no, Capitan, so to answer that question, that driver, because my boss told me that he's from St. Louis, right? And he's retired now. He's done. Yeah, so
it's only a matter of time, dog. It's only a matter of time. It's only a fucking matter of time. Grumpy will be heavy champ. I mean, dude, Grump, hold on, Color. Grump could be the fucking GOAT. Grump's a young man. He could be the GOAT of the business. When you hang your hat up, you might be the GOAT. Like you're still early
so you're
into
saying
this.
The record holder is from St. Louis.
Yeah, he's from St. Louis. He's got 12 colors.
That record, bro. I'm sorry to tell you, Grumpy, you're not going to do it. I mean, if I know anything about St. Louis, man, there's plenty of.
The St. Louis guy is retired, and he only retired with 12. Grumpy has 9, and Grumpy is in the prime of his career.
So just do a travel assignment in St. Louis, Grumpy. You'll cover
You don't
that
even
role
need
in no
to,
time,
dog.
man.
Know what you do, Grump? Color is right about that. You travel to St. Louis to break the record. That's what you do. Because it's just
Exactly.
the final blow to say I am the GOAT. Then you just add on to the record. So when you walk up out the building, your name will echo through the halls forever. They'll be like, yeah, you might have been good, but the GOAT was Grumpy, and nobody can get that.
And the thing,
computer's going to take over before someone could break it. You'll be the greatest of all time, Grump, forever.
and I could have, hey, Capitan, like I said, I could have had 12 already, you know, if it wasn't that dude jumped out and then that card that saved a couple there. I could have had 12 already, you know, but I got a good feeling, man, that I'm gonna break that record.
Well, think about the future when all these garbage trucks are drones. All these people will be killed because there'll be no human to actually hear them yelling, and you know what I mean?
Well, that ain't going anywhere anytime soon because, you know, Grumpy is out here discriminately tossing up dumpsters like a fucking madman, and I appreciate it. And you said something that was really great there. You feel like this record's coming real soon, and I agree with you. I think it's going to happen. I think you will be reigning champ. And I think it's going to be a good thing for the community. And again, I think you're only going to completely just pad those stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna drill it away. Is there any young budding talent out there that echo through the halls that might be something that you're interested in, or somebody who's coming in the draft, right? Is there a guy that might be the next, you know, big thing out there on these
Is there a
streets?
guy clipping your heels, man? Who's at number 6?
Is there anyone coming out there? Is there somebody with 4 or 5 or 6?
No.
So you hear about a guy in like Montana. This dude, you know, he got 10. Oh no, he just jumped you. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything happening here? What do you know?
No. So
what are the streets saying?
Capitan. So the next one after me has only 3. He only has 3. That's it.
Oh,
that's
shit,
the closest to me.
3.
He only has 3.
Yeah, so that record's safe for a while.
Well, at least yeah. I mean, it's safe for at least Grump to get it before anybody else. And here's the thing too. Here's the thing, Grump. Like, no one's got the legendary 3 and 4 story you got, right? You've got the number 3 as, or was it number 2 and 3, right? Those are the legends right now. You got number 2 dumping body parts. Number 3 dumping the guy who dumped the body parts, still missing the torso. That story alone, like, okay, the guy with 12 dumps, he might be, you know, MVP of the league, but you're defensive player of the year at least, right? Like you're defensive player of the year that year, no matter what. I would say it's only a matter of time before you break the record. And not only will you have the better, longer, more distinguished record, but you'll have earmarks like solving crimes that I don't know. Well, maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Did the guy who dumped 12 people, was he ever a part of some at least extravagant story? Have you heard anything?
No. So just basically he just dumped the people and he just stopped and you know, he never found any body parts or anything like that. Anything what I've done, he hasn't done. It's just regular, you know, dumps, and he stops and they go, you know, take the people out. But
no danglers.
From what I understand, he was in a rough area in St. Louis, so that's why he had 12. You know, but
so yeah. I'm thinking of a blockbuster movie in the works here called The Trash and the Furious.
I like that. Yeah, because
I like that color.
With jumping off of cars and stuff.
Right, exactly.
If you sell it just
Grumpy
right,
starts doing donuts with his dump truck and shit, you know.
I say this, color. If you type it up just right, The Rock will buy that off you.
Right.
So they might never use it, but
it could also be Fast 13, the 13th installment of the series. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, in honor of Dan Marino.
and the honor of his 13th body, and the honor of
I
his
might stop
13th
at
body.
13, Colin. I might stop at 13. That's
Well,
my goal right there. 13.
No way, dog.
Fast 13 will be about his 13th dump.
Mhm. Which I think, again, you should take it on the road and break the record in St. Louis. That would be legendary too.
Yep,
We
just
got to
to
remember,
rub it
it's
in the
not just the
guy's eye.
record;
Yep.
it's the tale and the story, right? Like if you break
I
the
can
record,
even tell you
in
what town to
town-
go to, Grumpy.
Oh, I'm sure Grump can.
I'm sure. I'm sure there's a guy in a dumpster right now in this town. I tell you right where to go.
Let's see real quick. Does anybody have a cool dump story that you've heard on the streets of Dumpdom? I don't know why it's Dumpdom, but all right.
I didn't hear you, Capitan. What was that?
Does anybody have a story of dumping people that's like interesting like yours? Have you ever heard of anyone else's tale, or they're just regular old dumping
No,
people?
I haven't, man. It's that's I guess I'm the OG, I guess, on that, man.
Yeah.
But I've never heard anything out of the ordinary like what I've done. You know what I mean? It's just the stuff that I've been through, Capitan. It's it's just crazy. Even my wife tells me, man, how do you? I don't understand how you keep how you even like doing what you do after you dump these people, and then especially the body parts. You know, it's like
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
So
nah,
Grumpy,
man, somebody's got to get it done, and God bless you for doing it. Right?
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
It is what it is. You know,
so,
a forgotten
Grumpy, real
art
quick
form
to
at
tie this
times.
into the Dolphins. Okay, you know our former owner Wayne Huizinga.
Right.
He was the principal investor in waste management and all that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But didn't he start on a truck too?
He sure did. He sure did.
So what I'm thinking is, if you want to follow in the footsteps of Wayne Huizinga, right? What you need to do is you need to invent a microphone system for the back of your all's trucks, so that it's easier to hear the people yelling when when they get stuck in the back of the truck.
Oh, well, to answer that question,
Color, you'd be a millionaire.
To a certain degree, they already do.
And they install it in all the backs of the dump trucks, man. And
so they got a camera now, right, Grump? And
right.
that's because
they got video. Yeah.
Go ahead,
so
Grump.
the camera actually has volume on there, so you could hear the people on the camera now.
So that's what the guy that has the record now from St. Louis. That's why he retired, because he's the one that invented that.
Right. Right.
No, he didn't. I thought they Grump, didn't they put the cameras in after you dumped somebody?
Well, what was that?
Didn't they put the cameras in because you dumped somebody? Isn't that the way the story goes? They had to put
so when I dumped the body parts, that's when they started putting the cameras in on the trucks.
See, yeah, again,
there's their form.
Yes, he started the
that's
trend.
a part of their quality assurance. That's what you call QA.
It's part of the tale of Dumpy, Grumpy Dolphin, aka Dumpy, is that he sets the trends. Like this is a legendary
the paradigm
story. Yeah, bro. I mean, he's changing the business, dog. Changing the business, solving crimes,
and after the
cleaning up the trash on these streets.
After the cops interrogated him, they now require him to all to wear body cams too.
Yeah, because he's. All right.
The old saying, necessity is the mother of invention. There you go.
So let's okay. Let's get to the ninth and final story, which with this ninth person puts you just 3 away from tying the record. Now this will happen organically, right? And maybe we'll when the record is broken, we'll do another episode and celebrate, because you'll be Dan Marino with 13. And we'll catch up on the stories again from that point, too, because we'll need to know what happened with 10, 11, 12, and then ultimately 13.
So he basically just needs 4 sacks in one season.
That's it, dog. Like he's already defensive player of the year. Is he bringing home the title, the infamous title, like forever, the GOAT status? And then could he cement the GOAT status where it's beyond? It's not even obtainable by anyone else.
And no, they should not give him a new contract until he gets those 4 sacks.
Oh no! What are you talking about? He's already changed the game. They already had to create the tuck rule for him. Color.
No, they
Aren't you
exercised his
listening?
5th-year option, man.
They gave no Color. He's within striking distance, younger in his career, and they had to change the game with the tuck rule and the cameras for him.
Right.
He's
He's like
an
the Patrick
inevitability.
Mahomes of garbage men.
No, he's like the Tom Brady of garbage
Oh,
men.
Tom Brady. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's the Tom Brady of garbage men. But also as Batman, that's the fucking key of this entire equation. That's the key.
Man, I appreciate the compliments, man. That's I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
No, in all
appreciative of it.
seriousness, though, it's a thankless job, and thank you for doing it.
1,000%,
you.
buddy.
Appreciate you.
1,000%. So let's get to number 9. Tell us this one. This one happening most recent. Go ahead in through the events.
So the number 9 is the one that it should have shocked me or whatever, and a lot of drivers would have probably quit, and not go and doing this anymore. But so I actually crushed this guy, and he did not survive. I actually took him to the landfill with me, and when I was dumping out my truck, as soon as I dumped the whole trash, he was crushed up, man. I did crush this guy up, and then the guy, the loader that pushes the trash, right? He stops me, and I was like, what? And he goes, get off. And so I get off the truck. He goes, look. I was like, oh man. Actually he did not survive. They had to close that landfill. So the truck drivers had to go to a different landfill to dump the trash. That landfill was closed for the rest of the day because
they had to make certain of some stuff.
Yeah, so they had to find out who he was and all this. Yeah.
Secure the scene, see if he was dead, see if he died. There's this guy of, somebody who had someone put in the dumpster nefariously, or was he a vagrant with drugs and alcohol in his system? What's the story? And that makes sense, right? They had to do their due diligence.
Take him to the corner.
Are you certain
if you find
crushed
a guy
him?
in the cargo hold of an airplane, some flights are going to get canceled.
Again, Grump. Do we have certainty that he was alive in the dumpster and it was you that crushed him, or was he dead in the dumpster and he got crushed?
Well, that's the thing, Capitan. They never told me. They never told me if I was the one who caused the damage or what, or if he was already dead. But they only told me that because I was running the blade so much, I actually. Man, not to be drastic or anything, man, but his eyes popped out, man, because of the pressure that but not to be all drastic like that, but yeah.
No, it's okay. It's a graphic scene.
No courtesy call from the coroner for you, huh? Like, hey,
it's a graphic. It's a graphic scene. I understand. I would say this, right?
Worksite accidents,
I don't see how it could, obviously they didn't come to the conclusion that it was somebody murdered somebody, but who's to say if that guy wasn't dead or something to that effect too?
Well,
right?
Look at it this way, Grumpy. You dumped 9 people, right? 8 of them yelled and screamed and made it out alive. That should tell you that if this dude was alive, he likely would have yelled and screamed. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, one of those 8 was body parts, so they didn't yell and scream.
Oh yeah, besides that one. Okay, but the track record shows that if they're alive, they're going to yell and scream.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, right?
Alive,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So again, Grumpy. Now I know we're at 9. It sounds to me like it's more in line with the tale of Dumpy Grumpy Dolphin, that there's another killer afoot with this 9th body, and we might have to dump this guy next.
The same guy responsible for the missing torso.
Is it the torso,
Maybe
man?
That was the missing torso.
No, it wasn't the missing torso because there was a head. He already said that part.
Right,
but was the guy who possesses the missing torso, and did they find that guy's torso?
Yeah, I mean,
valid question. Here's the thing: they never really told you anything. Did you have to go and talk to the cops again?
Yeah, I had to. I had to explain where I actually dumped. What was the last can I dumped, and they had to go through my whole route.
Were they a
What
little
stops
less
I had that
accusatory this
day,
time?
and they wanted to go through all that stuff. And
So
yeah, I was questioned.
were they a
But
little less accusatory this time?
Yeah,
what's that?
Were they a little less assholes this time about it?
Yeah, well, they already knew who I was, so yeah,
That was my
they pretty
next
much
question.
they pretty much
We got
let
a
me go real
serial
quick,
guy on
color.
our hands, people.
Yeah, they're like even when the investigators are like, man, dude, what are you doing, bro? I'm like, I mean, I don't know, man. It's the dumpsters say don't be around dumpsters,
My
man.
Hey,
But
job, bro.
listen,
You want to come
Grumpy,
do it? You dump
Grumpy.
just as many people.
Next time, because inevitably you're going to be in the police station again talking about this at some point. Next time, say something cool like, it's a dirty job out there. Something like that. Like you need a couple of one-liners.
I don't think that'll go over too well. Yeah.
Like, you ever see Mike
right?
Rowe? You ever see Mike Rowe, man? It's a dirty job, bro.
It's a dirty job out there on these streets. I mean, look, here's the thing, right? Like the cops got to be like, oh, fuck, look who it it's the fucking killer. What's up? This motherfucker right here. Keeping these streets clean, goddamn.
Yeah, and now
Hey,
every
hold on.
time
I told my hold on a second, Grump. Hold on. I told my kids I get a picture with you. Say to you, yeah, all right, cool, yeah, Grump. You know what I'm saying?
cops
They do the
are all
whole
taking pictures asking for your
yeah,
autograph.
exactly. Like you got to be a local legend in that precinct at the very minimum right now, right? And dude, are they aware of the record on the line? That's the question. Because, like, listen, cops are cool more than people think. If they find out there's a record on the line, they're gonna be excited to know that record got accomplished, dude. They're about winning as well.
They'll invite you to their next choir party.
Oh fuck! No, you're going to the whatever the hell that local watering hole that only cops go into. And
yeah, that's the choir party. That's what they call them, choir parties.
Yeah, so I don't know if they know about the record or anything. The police station or whatever, the investigators. I don't know if they know it, but my name's on the board in dispatch, man. It's got right there. It's got my name with how many dumps and
stars next to it.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah.
So Grump, is there any chance we can get the services of Grumpyphin in South Florida to dump some of these dummies up out of this fan base, right? Like we're not saying you're not working for the cartel because the cops have already cleared him of any and all. I don't know if you just heard, but he's a bit of a legend in the streets of not only his business, but the local precinct in which he's serviced in a couple of different places.
Right. Oh, one more question, Capitan. Grumpy, when somebody else does it now and you don't know about it, do you get random phone calls from the detectives like, yo, we need to ask you about this one?
Yeah. Are they, if they find a dumpster in a body in a dumpster, are they like, yo, bring in the expert, Grumpyphin? We need to know what this man thinks. Are you on call?
This guy.
And to answer that question, I did have to go to court also for that. For the body parts, I did have to go to had to go to court. So I did have representatives. I did have my lawyer, and then I had my boss, the CEO of the company. They were all there, and so I did have to go to court for that. But yeah, I mean,
hell yeah. I mean, listen,
stood up for
as the kids say today, Grumpy, the kids say today, they say, do it for the plot. And I think you've been doing it for the plot for some time right now. You might be the originator of that too, like the cameras in the trucks. You might have two underneath your belt. Here's a couple more questions about that.
Hey, Capitan, you mind if I take my mask off? I'm kind of hot with this shirt now.
Yeah. You could have taken it off any time, dog. Get it off.
Yeah,
there he is. Grumpyphin. There it is.
Grumpy.
So Grump, there was like a not a 60 minutes or a 48 hours, but there was like a TV show about the body parts, and then the guy got crushed in the dumpster.
Yeah.
What did the TV show have to say about this whole deal?
So
you mentioned,
I believe, I think Color was trying to look for it too. I don't know if you found it, Color, but I think I was on. My wife says she's gonna try to look for it, and then I'm gonna send it to you, Capitan, in color, and whoever's interested in seeing it.
Mhm.
But I think I was on Forensic Files, and to where they were
Okay.
questioning me, the investigators and everything, Forensic Files and everything. So I was on. I think I was on that show. I think that's what it was
So did
called, Forensic
some
Files.
some
documentary?
dude or some lady with a
Oh.
whole bunch of makeup caked on come to your house
Right.
and like ask you questions and all that?
Yeah. So
Like a,
so they actually when that happened, color, when I got interviewed, it was at that apartment complex. They
Oh,
showed
okay,
up
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Like I said, I never left there, man. It was a long time before I had to leave there.
Thomas says you kind of look like Wayne Huizenga a little bit.
Well,
Not
we
gonna
have our
lie, you
next
kind
owner
of do.
right there, then. Well, we have our next owner right there. There you go.
So did you have to sit down in front of like a camera with like a curtain behind you at any point in this thing, or is it just the tail of it? Did you see the episode, and did they talk about the guy who chopped up the body parts? Was this a random act? Is this a Jeffrey Dahmer? Is this the first time Buddy chopped up body parts, or has he chopped up a couple of people? Was this a serial killer that you stopped?
So pretty much that's what when I dumped the third one, that's what they said that I did my deed there, because they that was the person that we're looking for, and he had actually he was wearing the same clothes when he did the chopping and whatever. So he had blood stains on him. So they used they did the swab or whatever on the blood stain, and it was towards that the body parts.
Right. So you were pivotal in providing evidence for them to convict this dude or whatever.
Right. So I mean, so when they interviewed me, they really didn't ask too much questions. They just wanted to know, what when I was going up to the dumpster, what was the smell like and stuff like that. But that's the questions they were asking me.
Like it smelled like a dead body, lady.
Yeah, it doesn't smell.
I was like, man, what are you talking about? What is it supposed to smell like? You know what I mean? That you could smell that shit, dude. It was like bad.
Crazy. So, all right. That guy lived.
Yeah, he lived.
He lived, obviously, in prison. What was his relationship with the bereaved, the person that was in body parts, the person that we never found the torso? Was it a woman? Was it a man?
It was a woman. So what I was told, Capitan, is that so that lady, I guess, because this fugitive or whatever, he found out that that was his wife. So she was, with another man and whatever, and he found out, and so I guess he decided to chop her up because he was screwing around on him.
This was a domestic thing.
Yeah,
it was his wife two-timing him, and
right.
He lost his shit. Now, okay, lost his shit, killed his wife, threw her parts in dumpsters, torso to not be fucking found. I gotta find this fucking torso, because this is the biggest hole in the story. Well, damn, that was a weird way that was a weird pun. It's the biggest hole in the story is a fucking funny thing to say right there, dude.
Right. Yeah, they never could find that torso, man. They never found it.
Okay, but they found the guy that you found the guy.
Right.
Hemmed him up a little bit. On the dump or on the crush? Did you hem him up on the dump or the crush? Did he get crushed
on the it's on the crush, Capitan.
On the crush.
On the crush.
Got him the good way, not just the dump.
Yeah.
Got him on the good crush a little. Okay.
Yeah.
So play by play, dude comes out, cops are there. They gotta drop the fucking cherry picker in for the homie.
Yeah.
Somebody got to get in there, like firefighter dude, straps him up. He's covered in bloody clothes.
Right.
The same bloody clothes that he killed his wife in.
Right.
What the fuck was he doing hiding in a dumpster?
I do not know, man. Gotta
be a better hiding place than that, right?
Right. And my wife, and Capitan, my wife was even asking me, like, she goes, "Are you serious? You know what you just did? You just found the fugitive that was on that you got interviewed about body parts, and all of a sudden you found this guy." Yeah, I mean, how do you
coincidental, Grumpy? If you want to say, it's It's kind of coincidental.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna say, man.
Kind of
What's your
and
compliment for
imagine
you,
that
Grumpy?
had the blood-soaked clothes had the blood-soaked clothing on his person to seal his fate. He went
Right.
upstate. Did you ever find out what happened with this guy? I mean,
So
did he get life? Did he go into a mental institution? What?
From what I
How
understand,
much did the guy cost to take the?
so
Fuck.
Oh my goodness, man. So
Grumpy works
from
for
what
the
I
mob,
understand,
bro. Grumpy's terrifying. Go ahead, Grumpy.
from what I understand, he's doing live. Is my understanding, but I guess the family wants what do you call it?
Restitution.
The death penalty.
The
So
family of the victim wants the death penalty,
okay.
and
yeah, they wanted the death penalty. So I don't know if it happened or not, but yeah, from what I understand, he was doing live.
Well, here's the deal, right? Not to go crazy, but they're in Texas, and he chopped up somebody. He'll get the fucking death penalty.
Yeah,
it's only a matter.
I'm pretty sure he did. But like I said, I didn't hear anything else about it. But my wife wants to know when I'm gonna retire. But I think I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna retire after I get that title. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, brother. I do. I agree with you. Lou finally making his way back in here. Lou, we went through the gambit of the 9. One better than the other. We are putting together the legendary run of Grumpyphin, aka the Dump King. Got dump trunks for days over here. He's cleaning up the streets all over the Midwest, and
solving crimes, getting into international espionage incidents.
Bro, straight up, I think it's just as plausible that the guy that hung off the edge of his truck hit the roof of the car with a tuck and roll and ran off because they never found this guy.
Really?
No. They never found
that guy has to know something about the other incidents, dude.
Either that guy knows something about the other incidents, or Grumpy could have easily thwarted a big deal.
That's crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
We lost El Cat.
What's up, Lewis?
Grumpy, you already know, man. It's a little loud where I'm at, but we're good, Grumpy.
You know what time it is when it's loud wherever Lewis is at, right? It's time to hit the like button and share the video. We got Grumpy telling us about a crazy freaking life experience the guy's had as a following in Wayne Huizenga's footsteps as your local trash compactor.
Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe Wayne has some stories like this too. That's probably why he sold the team.
You don't become a billionaire owner of the Miami Dolphins without stories like that, man.
Yeah, that's probably why he had to get rid of the team, you know, to kind of keep clean. Oh man.
Wow. But I man, I was kind of nervous coming up here. I had to get ready and stuff. But my wife's like, "Why are you nervous about?" I was like, "Nah, man, I never been live on YouTube, man." It was like, you know what I mean? It's like, but I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys a lot, man. Nothing but love.
Yeah, man.
No, yeah, absolutely. We'd have never known about all that shit going on.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you coming up, Grumpy. You know what I'm saying? Giving us some of your time, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. If this is the kind of experience Grumpy's had, like there's a lot of garbage men around the country. This is the kind of thing going on a regular daily basis around the country for garbage men. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we as garbage men, man, we see a lot of crazy shit out there. You know what I mean? It's I mean, it's just something that it's out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? When you're out there at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, picking up trash, and you see it, all the crazy stuff that goes on, man, out on the streets, man. It's just crazy, man. It's like one time, I came up to a dumpster, man, and actually I was about to open the gate, but there was a couple of people shooting up. I don't know. I guess it was heroin or whatever, but it's just crazy what you find behind dumpsters, man. And you got to be careful because you can also crush them if you push that dumpster too hard. But yeah, I found a couple of people shooting up, man. But yeah, it's crazy, man.
Hooked Up Joe's on to me.
Oh yeah,
you're right. Hooked Up. I'm just thinking that, man. This
Now,
was
Grumpy,
like Grumpy. You don't even realize you got gold here, bro. Yeah,
now,
you got gold, man.
Grumpy, I don't know if I've ever asked you, Grumpy, or whatever, or maybe they asked you today on the thing, but I wasn't up here. How long have you been with the company, bro? Like, how long have you
28
been
years.
doing this?
28 years.
28 years.
oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, you definitely seasoned.
Yeah, 28
You're
years.
definitely seasoned. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good tenure, man. To stay 20
So that's
plus years in any
roughly.
job,
So that's
doing
roughly
anything, you're
every
good.
3 years you're
You're
gonna
definitely
end
an
up
expert.
dumping a body, roughly.
I'm pretty sure, color.
Wow.
So I could probably be 13, man. I could probably be in my 20s or something. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it'll be
Like
about
I said,
another 12 years in the trade. It'll take.
like I
Oh man,
told
I got at least a good another 15 years in me, man, to be driving, man. At least another 15.
absolutely, Grumpy. Like I told you
Right.
earlier, bro, we need this record. Whatever you do, we need this record. We got to bring the most dumped people into a garbage truck. We need this record, bro.
I got you, Lewis.
That's right, man. And then when you hit
Yeah,
14,
15
you'll
more
be
years, you
14
can
and
get
0,
it.
just like the 72 Dolphins, man.
There you go. Hey, Lewis, what was the question you were gonna ask me?
Oh no, it was that one, Grumpy. How long
Oh,
have
okay.
you worked for the company? Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, 28 years.
That's a good run, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Ain't no doubt, Grumpy. You're definitely a professional at your job, man.
I
That
appreciate you,
amount of
man. Thank
time,
you.
yeah, you're definitely an expert, no doubt.
Appreciate you, man.
I mean, that's the kind of diversity you get in the Dolphins fan base right there. Who knew? He's one of ours, people. He's a Dolphin.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grumpy. Hey, Grumpy, and again, don't ever be nervous, bro, to come to YouTube or whatever. It's the same thing as Twitter, bro. It's just, as you can see your faces, right? Like I can come and put my face. It's a little dark now, but it's good to like Grumpy. I've been talking to you now for what, a couple months now on Twitter, and
Yeah.
it's good to
Yeah.
finally see you and see your face, bro. And you know what I'm saying? So you already know what time it is. But that's the only difference, bro. You ain't never got to be nervous.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, like I said,
Especially over here at the tailgate, man.
Yeah, I can't wait for that tailgate, bro. For real, I can't wait for that shit, man. It's gonna be popping.
Well, see, and that's why El Capitan, Grumpy, kind of named this show, the show we're on now, the Finn's Tailgate, because this is just like what we do at the tailgate, bro. We all get together, we're shooting the shit, talking shit, and just having fun, man, telling stories. So that's kind of what this channel is all about, bro.
Yeah, we like to think of it like a virtual tailgate, Grumpy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and we're the
okay.
only ones. It's the first one on the internet.
Oh wow! Oh wow! I didn't know that.
I never heard of nobody else trying to do a virtual tailgate.
Oh my gosh! I can't. Wow! Then that's an honor being here, man. It's an honor being here, Capitan. Thank you so much, man. Again, for having me here, man. It's a privilege, man. It's an honor.
Yeah, I was happy to have you, man. Sorry, my thing kind of cut out there for a little bit, but I thought they were really funny stories. It's interesting. I mean, look, no one would ever think, and here's kind of the lesson, right? The tale of everybody is interesting, and Grump having an amazing vigilante career going on right now, right underneath everybody's noses, is amazing. It's amazing to behold, and it's fucking awesome. We definitely want to have you come back around and have some fun with us again. And when you break the record, we're definitely going to have a celebration. Definitely going to have a celebration.
It's coming. It's coming, Capitan. I believe it's coming, man. I got a feeling for it.
I got a feeling too, buddy. I think the streets are going to, and one day when you do retire, not only will the record be, solidified in there, it'll be crazy to think some young guy one day comes up chasing the Grumpyphin fucking record. I mean, it's gonna be we could maybe you could keep us in the loop over the years of the scouting incoming talent. Like, hey man, word on the street, this kid, he put together a triple whammy, done picked up 3 in one hit. He's got 5. He's got 5. The kid hit the grand slam.
Damn. Grumpy, and listening to you, Grumpy, and getting now the origin stories and listening, right? You're like Tua Tagovailoa, bro. When you started, you kind of started off a little slow. You were spotty at times, but now, bro, you hit the ground running, bro. Like, you're picking up guys left and right here. You've shown like Tua, bro. Every year you're getting better and better at your craft, bro. So keep it up, bro.
I appreciate that, Lewis. I appreciate it, man.
Well, I would say this, right?
Yeah.
the legend shall continue, and no matter what, too, because again, we were just saying there's going to be some young talent looking to overtake the record one day, but are they going to be able to, have body parts and solve a crime? Like, that's like, what are they going to do? They gotta, and potentially now, Lou, this is what I was trying to say before I cut out. It's just as likely that the guy that jumped off the side of the car and landed on the roof and rolled off, that could have been I mean, who the fuck climbs out of a dumpster, lands on a car, rolls off, and runs off? That ain't a regular
an alien.
That's either an alien,
he's an action hero, man,
or it's some type of fucking spy, deep cell fucking thing that's happening.
Right.
And that's just as likely. Like, he could have thwarted an attempt at like the governor's life or some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Meta-humans.
He could have thwarted a terroristic plot, some shit that went down. We don't know.
No, yeah.
Well, I would agree.
Yeah, if this guy was, an alien, then he literally could be the torso and just grew new arms and legs.
Well, listen, I don't know. I know one thing, listening to all these stories, though, Grumpy, it seems like all these people that you've been dumping, they all know each other. That's what I'm taking from the thing. It seems like you're taking out like a secret.
That's where
Holy fuck!
Lewis might be onto something. Lewis might be onto something.
Where I'm at, Lewis. This guy knows something.
This is a network.
I think this is like a secret society, bro. Of dumpster
It's John Wick for real.
Lewis is totally getting it. That's exactly what I'm feeling. That is exactly it. This is that guy that bailed off the truck knows something about the other 2 incidents. I know.
How many gold coins Grumpyphin got buried underneath his house right now?
No. It's like some group of international assassins that we all don't know about. You know what I
mean? Damn. Fuck.
Oh man.
There is a common thread here, and it is so Grumpy out here again.
Cult people.
Yeah, like, we got to combat this. People got a lot of issues that they're voting on. People got a lot of issues that they're going to choose to vote on for our next presidential election between, whatever side you want to pick. But the one issue I'm worried about is this fucking underground dumpster society that's plaguing our streets, where we got to resort to fucking Grumpy over here, out here, a one-man wrecking crew doing the Lord's motherfucking work, keeping these streets clean. This is an epidemic. We need to who do I got to vote on for that? Who I got to vote on for that? Lou, Lou, tell me.
Well, I don't know about the voting part, but I think we already found our guy on the job, though. It's definitely Grumpy, bro. Like, he's Grumpy.
He's the candidate. There you have him.
I would say if I'm voting for anybody, it would definitely be Grumpy for sure.
I appreciate that, Lewis.
And Grumpy, I think I was wondering, can we rent your services for like a weekend? So, like, I've got like 4 dumpsters in my neighborhood, bro, that could use your services. Man, I'm pretty sure. That might get you the record right there. Just my
Yeah,
memory.
there might be a real lucrative, like, look, here's the deal, right? You make great money in the military, but it's not until you become a private contractor do you really start making the money. So there is that to think about in the second act of your career. Let's get the title. Let's reign supreme. Well, 13. Then we might want to consider who can offer to the highest bid for the services of Grumpyphin. And being a private contractor does have its upsides, right? Color has a good idea. He's like, look, I need your services over here, Grumpy. And you might find yourself being one of those guys they call on. You're in the, you got the suitcase and the fucking suit and shit. And, you gotta take a red eye and
the sheriff's department around here,
do some
they
work
ain't
for
interrogate
fucking Ron
you.
DeSantis in Jackson Beach or some shit. I don't know.
And the sheriff's department around here will just shake your hand and tell you good job. They ain't gonna interrogate
They
you.
did the same shit there, didn't they, Grumpy? They shook your hand and said, "You're doing your job for us. Appreciate you," didn't they, Grump?
Yeah, I mean, when I did found that fugitive, man, they actually the detectives, man, they actually shook my hand and told me thank you, man. That we've been looking for this guy for the longest time, and you happened to find him for us, and yeah, the detectives did thank me for that. They were appreciated.
Breaker, Grumpyphin, cold case breaker.
Here's the thing. Yeah, cold case. Here, here's the thing. How long was this guy removed from the body parts that you dumped to you dumping him and catching him? I mean, how much time was it? A month? Was it a week? Was it? What?
It was actually. Let me recall on that. It was about a month and a half, Capitan.
So for a month and a half, this guy's running around with the same bloody clothes he murdered his wife in.
I that's the part I don't get, man. If I was him, I would have went to a Goodwill, the dumpsters at Goodwill, and get clothes from there. Even those drop boxes that we have. I don't know if they have them in Florida, but they have those drop boxes where they put in clothes and stuff.
Yeah, the donation boxes, the red ones.
Yeah. So I don't know what he was thinking about, man. But yeah, he was just running around with the bloody clothes, man.
That's crazy. He got away for a month and a half on bloody clothes, running the fuck around. Here's the thing. Was it the same dumpster that had the body parts in it? Did he return to the scene of the crime as so infamously criminals do?
I was wondering that earlier, yeah.
No.
Did he return to the scene of the crime. How close was he from the crime scene?
He was about 5 miles away from the crime scene.
Oh my God. He was a fucking journey away.
Yeah.
He wasn't close to it at all.
Yeah,
he
was
crazy,
5 miles away.
I can't believe that. So this guy for 6 weeks ran around, got 5 miles away from the dump, which I guess is still relatively close for them looking in the area, right?
Yeah,
but was wearing the same bloody murderous clothes he had on him.
Yeah,
that is fucking gnarly, dude.
That's because 5 miles away he knew people at the other dumpster that he was just went to. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's a society. They're all over. They have insight. They know what's going on from dumpster to dumpster. And I don't know, man. I think there's much more to these stories.
Network going on?
Yeah, I think
again, you noticed this trend, Lou, right?
Sound like
not a lot of this
Netflix
shit's
episode
adding up.
coming upon. That's what it sounds like.
Not a lot of shit's adding up, and it's not that Grumpy's this, but like the other stuff, right? Like why?
Like you're talking about walking around with the bloody clothes or what?
Well, no, like what Lou's saying, this society that's obviously got some other thing going on. Like this guy not only got away for 6 weeks, but went right for dumpsters where he spread out body parts. Like, was this guy only all about dumpsters? Is he a dumpster? Like, who is this dumpster guy that's obsessed with dumpsters?
Kind of network of protection, and there's
like is something else going on here.
There's some kind of hierarchical status going on with like the top dumpster guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, with these what they call them. I mean, with this fugitive, man, I don't understand what he had to. I don't know, man. Actually, I don't know what he was doing in that dumpster. I don't know if he was just sleeping in there or what, but I guess he didn't want to be seen or whatever. But I mean, I happened to dump him, man. But But there's got to be more to the story, you know what I mean? But like I said, that's all I was told, that he was the guy that chopped up the body, and but that's the only thing I found out, man. They never told me anything else. I couldn't ask any more questions.
Right.
We might need to get some more information and do a deep dive onto where this guy is now. We might need to start a dialogue. Maybe I can figure a way to be a pen pal and I'll help find out some details.
Yep. We definitely need to put some investigative journalism on.
Yeah,
so definitely.
Because I mean,
I wish I could find his name, Capitan. I wish I could find that, man. But like I said, I never got any information of him or anything, man. I was told not to ask any more questions.
Are Lewis, Crypto, Color, and Grump are assassins using a network of dumpster routines to carry out their jobs and use it for cover? Because it seems like a bigger conspiracy is happening with this whole dumpster thing right now. What do you think, Color, first?
Well, that's why they all smoke weed too, because they come from the long line of hashishans from the Persian region.
Okay.
From back in the day. If any of y'all know the backstory behind Assassin's Creed, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the whole operation is fueled by cannabis. That's how they receive payment. That's how they get brainwashed.
The oil, the seeds, the hemp, the rope made from hemp, the clothing, all of that stuff. You're 100%. It is a big booming thing, and that could very well be, Color, the financier behind all of this. I like where you're going with it. Crypto, do you have anything to add on that?
That's how they control them. You know what I mean?
Right. They I agree. I agree, Color.
Be an underground network. Yeah. That not much, man.
So, Lou, what do you think?
I think we are on to something. Grumpy, what I would like to know, so because I believe your shifts are overnight, right? So it's dark outside when you're doing these dumpings, correct?
Yeah, it's at 1:00 in the morning, Lewis.
Okay, so I guess my follow-up
graveyard shift.
Yeah, right, I work the graveyard shift. Yeah.
And then I know when you've gotten home, you've come into our spaces and you hung out for a couple hours. I guess my question would be, have you ever drove by any of the dumpsters, let's say that's on your route or been on your route during the day? Because I would love to see if the people we're dumping are hanging out, or what's the activity like around the dumpsters during the day, or is it just like a nighttime activity?
It's just a nighttime activity, Lewis. It's actually I've actually like if we go downtown here in Austin, when we go downtown eating, I tell my wife, and that's one of the dumpsters where I dump one of the bodies. You know what I mean? And
gotcha.
But you don't see people around in the daytime. You don't see them. It's always at nighttime.
Well, and see, this is what I'm trying to get at. Are these people really homeless, or could this be a bigger plot, like a mafia type thing? Because where are these people going at during the day, like around the city? If you're homeless, you should be spotted somewhere. But if you're telling me, Grumpy, you're not seeing these individuals, could these be people that have normal, like 9 to 5?
Right, like Fight Club, Lewis, like Fight Club. They're just regular people. You know,
right.
You don't even know who they are.
And then they meet up at night.
Right.
Yeah, just a bunch
of
random.
I want to add a question to that, Lou. Have you eaten at any of these establishments that have been to?
Yes.
When you go in there, are you the only motherfuckers in there? Are these businesses fronts?
So where I remember when I dumped the 2 bodies of the 2 people at the barbecue place, we ate there, man, and they actually they knew who I was because they caught me on camera, and they actually gave us a free dinner also right there.
Shit!
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So
notice how outgoing
Lewis,
they
good
were.
job digging by you, Lou. Good job digging by you, bro.
extra,
So every time I go there,
Get
Lou,
that mind
every
from
time
the
I go there, I
bottom.
get free dinners, man. I get free dinners there.
It seems like they're trying to
Holy
deflect. You know what I
fuck.
mean? Like they're trying to be outwardly courteous and overly courteous because they're trying to deflect, man.
Holy fuck. I just want to say, Lewis kept digging in a straight line to look for a fucking diamond and
That's what
found
Lewis
it.
is good at.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Dude,
Good
that
job,
was
Lewis.
good
Lewis
work,
like, give me
Lou.
the shovel. I'll take you to where it.
He's like, I need that pick and that small shovel. I'm gonna pull out a lunky, and did. So you're telling me, you're telling me, right? So these
Lewis
establishments,
got a shovel and a tuning fork.
you now have a little bit of love in the establishment. Get free food at the place. Is it a poppin' joint?
Oh yeah, it's a live joint, man. It's a live joint. So
Does that guy also own the strip club or a strip mall nearby?
not that I know of, Capitan. He does own that restaurant, and it's a real popular restaurant here in Austin. And they got some good ribs, man. They got some good ribs there. And but he goes, "Hey, you're the one who dumped the 2 bodies, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And he's all like, "Bro, anytime you want to come in here, free drinks, free dinner, all the time when you want to come in here."
Bro,
Fucking
you
right.
know what this is? You know what this is? These are the heirs. These are the trust fund babies of Leatherface. Leatherface got sophisticated, bro.
So, all right. Any of these other spots where people were in dumpsters? The guy that was in the dumpster 5 miles away, was that at a restaurant? Was it a neighborhood? Was it his neighborhood?
No, that was actually it was like a convenience store, like a
Okay, now hold up.
7-Eleven.
Okay. Does the fucking guy that owned the barbecue joint own that fucking convenience store?
No, not that I know of, Capitan.
But could he?
He might. He's
I
might.
like that. Okay. So we
he might.
established that there is a little pattern here. This guy, who knows, right? Who knows?
Yeah. But like I
Okay.
said, I get free dinners there, and then the one with the Chinese place, I get lunchtime whenever I stop on my route. I get free lunch there also.
The Chinese joint?
are involved.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense now, man.
Oh. So not just hemp funding this, but probably opium, in some underground thing.
So let me get this straight, Grumpy. So you say you get free lunch during the day on your lunch route at the Chinese spot. What's the other restaurant? What, like, is it Mexican, American?
No, that's the barbecue place, Lewis.
That's what made me think of Leatherface, Lewis, is barbecue.
So again, we've already established now. So it's a black mafia and a Chinese mafia, correct?
And possibly
It's a black guy that owns the barbecue joint, right?
Yeah, it's a black guy that owns a barbecue joint.
Okay, so it's good barbecue.
Okay, so
Got you.
It's more Cajun. All right.
Okay, so all right, Texas black dude barbecue joint. Does he own a small car lot somewhere?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of, man. He's a real nice guy, man. He's a big dude, and he's a real nice. He's a real nice guy, man. And but like I said, he approached me as soon as I sat down. Right, as soon as I sat down, Capitan, I sat down, and he tasked me. Right, he goes, "Hey, excuse me." He goes,
You're the man.
You look like the guy that dumped the 2 bodies here, man. The 2 people in here. Was that you? I go and I go, yeah, man, that was me. He goes, he starts laughing. He goes, man, let me shake your hand. So I got up and I shook your hand. He gave me a big ass hug, man. He goes, man, I appreciate your service. Anytime you want to come here, it's on me, man. It's on the house.
Fucking right, America in this bitch. I fucking love it, Lou. You heard the story. Let's continue.
Martian says if it was a tax place, it was a white mafia
for his services, and was, again, whoever set up the job, Grumpy delivers. God damn it. Let's get on to the next one. Where were the body parts found, Grump? Was that at a restaurant?
No, that was at an apartment complex.
Okay, so the body parts were in apartment complexes
Yeah.
who have multiple dumpsters in
Right.
there. They got some over here, some over there.
Yeah.
The guy, did he live in that apartment complex?
No, so his wife lived there. So he didn't. I don't know if he lived there or not, but his wife lived there.
So
I
his
think
wife
it was
lived
a
there. Were they
safe house.
separated?
I think it was a safe house.
Holy
So
fuck!
they were they were, I guess they were separated. But the information that I got, Capitan, is that they were married, but she was over there seeing some other guys, and so he found out. That's when I guess he decided to chop her up. He didn't want, I guess, her to live or whatever. But that's what I was told.
Fuck. Does the barbecue guy know this story?
No.
No, I was just thinking you might be able to get some more barbecue out of it. All right. So torsos in the torso's missing. My fault. Body parts in dumpsters at an apartment complex.
Right.
Her apartment. Not certain if it was his. Kind of odd because if they're married, you'd think they'd be living in the same spot. So it sounds to me like maybe they're separated. Maybe this was an ex-husband, but.
Right. Like I said, I didn't get on that. What do you call incident? I really didn't get a lot of information, Capitan. I was, like I said, I wasn't. They told me to hush my mouth, do not ask questions.
Found the body parts. They didn't know who the killer was yet.
Right.
So now that you catch the killer, you have to go to court,
right,
and testify on what happened when you dumped his ass.
Right.
Now explain that proceeding to us. You got to show up, got to wear your you got to wear your Sunday best. You're in court, damn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you go in there and explain, listen, just dumped the guy, didn't know he was in there, heard him a little help, got a little squishy squish. Tell us the story.
So the I guess the lawyer for the guy because he was there, he was present there also.
Oh, whoa! You found he was in the courtroom, so he was sitting there being judged. You were the expert witness being brought in, or Exhibit A, or whatever it was.
Yeah. So they wanted me to to explain if what I did and what dumpster I dumped first and all this and that, and how I found the fugitive, and they wanted to know if it was really him. And then so my lawyers and my representatives, they showed the video of the camera where he was in there, so that's how they knew that it was him, that it was the one that I dumped.
Now,
so you basically had to testify to what you actually saw. Like, yes, this is the dude that I saw in the back of my dumpster.
Right.
He's sitting over there at the table.
So you're the expert eyewitness.
Was the fugitive making weird looks at you in the courtroom trying to intimidate?
He was looking at me, He was looking at me, just staring at me like I was gonna get intimidated. But man, dude, that dude didn't intimidate me at all, bro. I mean, I've been through hell and back, bro. But I've seen worse,
Have
but
you gotten any weird phone calls since then?
No, I didn't get no phone calls. But that's the thing that my wife was worried about, to where she thought that I was gonna get threat calls and stuff like that. But I never received anything like that.
Interesting. So testify, he's in court. Crazy.
Yeah.
Did any point in like the prosecution's making their case, right? They meet with you, they talk with you. Did they have you look at like a lineup of other people and see if you could pick out the right guy? They did. So you had the full fucking court prep, everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So full on episode here. Crazy. And that's the one that is on Forensic Files somewhere. Hopefully we'll find that. Again, an amazing tale all the way around with, from the guy jumping on the hood of another car to dudes dangling over the front, getting run over. 2-for-1 specials.
Lewis is right. There is too much going on in this region.
Free barbecue, free barbecue for life, free Chinese food for life. That guy was really messed up. Now, oddly enough, that was number one. That was your first dump of the day, and he landed in an empty dumpster, right? The guy that got messed up on dump number one, the Chinese.
So that was the
movie theater. That was the movie.
Yeah,
theater.
that was the movie theater. Capitan number one was the movie theater.
That's right. Right. That was the movie theater. Did he any love from the movie theater at all?
Nah, they never gave me any love. No
love. All right, that's fucked up. Damn. I mean, out here.
So anytime you're trying to do an investigation like this, you got to follow the money trail, right? So when you got your free barbecue dinner, we need to find out who funded that dinner, because that owner charged somebody for it. So whoever paid for your free dinner is probably involved in some way.
Well, look, we're not here to bust the case wide open. We don't know what Grumpy's got. I'm sure there's a pin board up somewhere with yarn and tacks, with a whole thing Grump's got going on, and we appreciate the hard work you're doing here, Grump. Because
appreciate it.
It's awesome. It's a fucking killer story. I don't think we're ever going to be
some kind of get out shit going on in this area.
Yeah, there is.
I'm just saying.
There's something else going on. Grumpy,
the whole town is involved.
Yeah, exactly. The cover up is there. We'll say this, Grump. I had a blast. I'm glad you came.
Likewise.
I knew it went exactly how I had hoped and wanted it to go. I know you love the Dolphins. The tale of Grumpyphin is funny as fuck. Your fandom is beloved. And again, if the Bills fans or Jets fans or Patriot fans get out of line, I know a guy, dog. I know a guy. All right. I know a guy that not only will dump your ass, but then the restaurant he does it at is going to give him free food. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And the only thing that's going to try to pull this man up on charges, and he gets in the courtroom and smiles like a G. And that's the end of it, dog. That's what I know. That's the story of Grumpyphin. And when he breaks the record, we're having Grumpyphin 2.0 30 for 30, because we're going to want to know how the champ feels on that day and all that stuff. And we're going to need to get caught up and talk about it, because it's an illustrious career. And Dumpy, we'll be here for the long run as you rack up and just put the record in the dust. And when the retirement party comes and we celebrate your record, we'll put together a montage and have a whole thing for it, man. It'll be great.
That'll be awesome. I appreciate you. Hey, Capitan, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you having me.
We might do it. We might have to even do some special reenactments, Grumpy, as we going through the reels, you know.
Listen, depending on how many years down the road, we might upgrade with the times and technology. If the show takes another route down the yonder,
get some CGI in there.
We got the capabilities. We don't have the hardware or the software, but we got the can-do attitude. So if we go somewhere with this show, we will put together a full 3D program of this tale of Grumpyphin and how he broke the record and became.
That'll be badass. I appreciate it, man.
So, guys, I appreciate everybody coming by and listening to the tale of Grump. Hit the like button, go back, watch the parts you missed, because it's a fucking hell of a tale. I'll be on tomorrow, talk more Dolphin stuff. Keep a lookout for some more interviews with some fun characters coming around that love the Dolphins and have interesting lives. And we'll see you guys next time. Fins up.
I appreciate you, Capitan. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bud.
Yeah.